Alright, we're gonna fly the simulator here for a minute. I don't know if this is online yet or not. Let me look here and see if I'm actually live. Look, got an ad. So we're finding out. I haven't even opened my simulator yet. Get that thing rolling in the background here. It's in the middle of getting a plane ticket sorted out. I'm live. All right, so the Velocidrone is loading currently, which is great. So I'll be able to get that thing started up here in a second. Always takes a minute. Put some headphones on. Don't have any sound yet. We will see. Got my aftershocks on my ears. Okay. Bright orange hat. Didn't even realize we're wearing an orange hat. All right, let's see. It looks like it's about to start. This thing takes forever to load up for whatever reason. This Velocidrone program is not like an installed program. It just runs as an exe file. It just like loads up every single time. I have a couple printer slicers that are like that too, where it doesn't install a bunch of stuff. It just like loads from the exe. So, it's going. Always takes a little bit. Usually I load it up before I come online, but this time, there we go. All right, so get the controller started here. You can hear the little startup. Oh, there we got to push the correct button. Now I got to really push the correct button. Here we go.
Welcome to HTX.
Welcome to HTX. All right, so we plug this thing in into the computer. Got a little tiny memory card here for my printer. Plug it in, and then we got to select USB joystick. And all right, that is selected. Now, let's see here. Go over to our drone software, which is here. And we're just gonna fly around for a little bit. I'm just gonna fly around for a little bit so I can keep my movements fresh in my brain. I feel like every other day I do a little bit of practice, and I'm noticing quite the difference here, which is pretty nice. All right, continue. This will be fun. Now, got the bando. We'll fly that for a little bit. Check these tracks. I don't know which one's which. I don't know if I'm even going to run one of the race tracks or if I'm just going to fly around while I talk here. I don't know, it always wants to re-minimize. I feel like the first time I did it, I don't remember it doing that. But all right, let's go explore. And I did turn down the angle of the camera a little bit so I can fly a little slower, so I don't have to go screaming through the areas. Crashed already. Perfect. Ooh, look at this little thing up here. I feel like this must be part of the track. I don't remember this last time. Oh, is that a tunnel? It is. Is it open? There's a force field on it. So I feel like this force field does not let you fly through. Is that right? Oh, it did. Oh my god. Oh wow, look at this. This is cool. Up. Almost had it. All right, let's try again. That was neat. Can I do it? I don't think this was here last time. I think this is part of the actual track that I'm flying right now. Oh my god. Oh wow, the ending part where it comes out is a tricky one for me to do. That angle. But I do feel like I'm getting more natural with the oh dang it, with the feelings here of my hands are just getting better at doing this. I know I say it each time, but I do feel it. Whoa, almost. Can't believe I didn't just get crashed out there and banged into a bunch of stuff. make that one. Oh, shoot. Worth it. So, I don't know if any of you people are in Florida, but we'll be playing a show in Miami on April 5th with my old band Culture, which should be pretty fun. We're just now looking at the plane tickets for that, trying to figure out the best dates and so forth to be here and make sure everything is planned well, because right after that we'll be going to Star Wars Celebration in Japan. So like between the next couple months there's going to be quite a bit of stuff going on. Got Star Wars Celebration in April in Japan, in Tokyo, and yes, oh, that was another area. Was that area there last time? Okay, Star Wars Celebration in Tokyo, in Japan. Miami, just before that, I'll be in Tampa for probably a day or two after, and just a lot going on, which means that I'll probably get offered some crazy cool role right at the same time, because anytime something is planned already, something else has got to hop in there and stress me out. My gosh, so look at this, man. I feel like I'm doing a little better. If you saw me flying this stuff a few weeks ago, I would not be able to do any of this stuff. It really does help taking a day off. My hands just feel like they can just do things now. Yeah, this is wild. Oh, and I flew my other drone this morning because, like I said, I want to get my Part 107 actual license, and I wanted probably, just have a bunch of stuff in my portfolio, different types of flying. So I went out and did just some shots around the neighborhood, like real estate style shots, just so I can start putting together a drone reel so I can advertise myself to, whoever needs me, real estate people or insurance companies or movie studios or whoever. I'm sure there's like a ton of people that could use some drone pilot stuff. So, oh, can I get it? Oh my God, I almost got it. So, did a little flying around with that, and it is very weird going back to DJI style drone after flying this. It's very different. This is, there's similarities. So if you've come from a cinema style drone like I did, it's not a total loss, but it definitely is weird. Some of the things here that I'm doing to fly this. Oh, I could have shot through that little hole. Just feels so different here. Let's go. Is this a? I still don't know if this. Oh! Too much. Less throttle. Ooh. Can I get it? Oh my God, I made it through. I made it through the whoop-de-whoop thing. Or whatever you call that. The little ski song here. Let's go down and check out these buildings. I spent this weekend, it was like I'm trying to remember what day I was on here last. I had that weird makeup on my face still from Saturday, I think. And the next day, I modeled for like a gore makeup where my face is all messed up. It made me messed up, like not like a weird face, but like it looks like an injury. It's really gross. Like I don't even know if I can post this stuff online without getting it flagged or age restricted, even though it's just makeup. It looks disgusting. But of all these crazy, horror makeups I've done and stuff, I do not have anything too much in my portfolio that's like that, where it just looks like a trauma patient kind of thing. And so this was a good one to add. And if you go on my Instagram right now, I have in the story I shared one that one of the makeup artists shared, but it looks gnarly. Like I don't think I could put it on my main page. I feel like stuff like that is maybe against terms of service on some of these things. I'll try. I might post one of them for my shorts here on YouTube. and see how it goes. It might get flagged, but even though it's just makeup, it's just gnarly. And I think that the algorithm's going to think you're looking at like a car accident victim or someone that got their face ripped up by a chimpanzee. Can I make that? Can I make that window? Nope, I'm not gonna make it. Let's try it again. So that was my weekend. Today, Monday, I was here most of the day. Worked on a bunch of 3D stuff. I'm trying to get together that RX-24 droid and doing a lot of 3D printing work, and I'm building that set while still in my upstairs in my studio room, which hopefully will be done soon, so you won't have to look at this boring backdrop anymore. And we'll see. Oh, dang it. Oh my god, I didn't crash. Alright, so we're gonna try to go up the ladder here. We gotta figure out how to do the real quick turnaround. You just get reoriented, because I think the problem is I lose my orientation. Oh, that's cool. I lose my orientation real quick if I come, like if I was gonna, let's see if I like to fly around this and I come around this way. And getting reoriented and my position back is a little tricky, but it's definitely better. Let's go this way, let's try that again. Oh shoot, oh my god. And we keep going. I don't know what angle my camera is, but it feels very slack right now, like really low. Like I feel like I have to go super slow to do some of this stuff. I'm gonna go check it here in a second. I mean, I feel definitely the confidence level is improving dramatically. It's pretty cool. Okay, so we got these abandoned buildings. Can I get through here? That one looks like it passes through. Oh, dang it. Yeah, maybe I'll bring my stuff upstairs and live stream while I work on my room. This wall section, I'm getting like a little overly ambitious with it. As I mentioned previously, I'm doing a sci-fi backdrop that initially was just going to be like a cool looking wall, like something you could see maybe at Galaxy's Edge, where all my droid costumes would stand in front of it, just like kind of look cool. Wouldn't be a boring white plain, bedroom wall or whatever. And basically, oh shoot. So basically, I decided that it would look cooler if it was like a big blast door kind of thing. So I started to make the components to make it look like a blast door with some, oh my god, I shouldn't have done that with my hands. To make it look more like a blast door with some, like, not teeth, but like a toothed door with like a interesting seam line, I guess, in the door where the two doors will come together. Even it won't really open, but I want it to look like a thing that will. And then I was like, this stuff looks pretty cool, but it would look cooler if the foam was real smooth and wall-like. So I got some drywall spackle and been putting it on there to like smooth out the foam even more, which probably doesn't need it, but I think it'll look better. And I'm just doing like a thin coat on there just to, help it smooth out its edges, smooth out that weird little like foam EPS pattern that's all bumpy. Get that. All right, can I make it through there? Oh, too much gas. And then tomorrow I'm on a shoot and I gotta bring my bike. So I was hired with my bicycle, which is the second time. I did a Hyundai commercial about a month ago. I was a cyclist in that, and I haven't seen the commercial yet, so I don't know if it's timing wise. It seems like it might be something to be coming out during the Super Bowl, but I don't know if it's a Super Bowl commercial or just I don't know for sure. Whoa! Oh my god! Almost wiped out. Oh dang it! I bet you can shoot that little pass through those cars. Let's try this again. So yeah. So anyway, shot that. That was my second one with my bike. My bike is right behind me here, and it's got for that last commercial, they don't want to show any brands, so they basically like taped off my bike to look. Oh, that was interesting. They taped off my bike to hide all of the branding logos, because I have a giant Defy, and they just got this like auto wrap, this carbon fiber, like stuff you wrap your car hood with or something, and they cut it into pieces and covered up all the logos on everybody's bikes. So there's like probably, I don't know, 12 of us with bikes there, so we could kind of be in a little peloton, or not even. I think maybe there's like 7 or 8 of us. But yeah, they had to cover up all the logos on all of our stuff. So like our jerseys and our helmets got all modified to not be branded for this Hyundai commercial. So anyway, hopefully that'll come out soon. I can see it.
Battery low.
Oh my god, my battery's already low. Maybe I didn't charge it right. That's weird. So maybe this stream's gonna be pretty short because my
Transmitter battery low.
hear that? It's gonna keep yelling at me. So wow, shortest stream ever. I wonder why I did that. So I maybe had it on like
Transmitter battery low.
a crappy charger. Can't believe it's low already. Also, the batteries that are in here are pretty old. They're from some old flashlights because they take those 3.7
Transmitter
volt.
battery low.
They take 3.7 volt. I can't remember what the numbers are, but they look like a giant, like the shape of a AA battery, but giant.
Transmitter battery low.
Shh, stop it. And I've had them kicking around forever. I didn't buy new ones for the controller. I was like, I'll just grab some out of some old stuff. So maybe they're just not holding a charge like they're supposed to because they're old batteries. But that was too fast.
Transmitter battery low.
Also, if I plugged into the wrong charger, it might just not be a lower voltage charger or something. Didn't give it a full blast charge like I would like. Dang, that's fun. I'm like kind of having a good day today. Flying and stuff. Oh, dang it. Every time I see something good about my flying, I will crash. I wish I could turn down the transmitter battery low. Warning, there's probably a way to turn that volume down.
Transmitter battery low.
Because it's not like anything's at stake here. If the thing gives out, my virtual drone will just crash on me.
Transmitter
Oh, that was
battery
weird.
low.
You see that? I didn't look like I had that gap. I don't know what I hit. That was weird. And
Transmitter battery low.
well, at least if this thing craps out, I can do a little bit of ZBrush. And oh dang it, do a little ZBrush for a little bit, come back on
Transmitter battery low.
and sculpt some stuff. I do have multiple things to work on, so maybe I'll be back in a little while. It might be another late night thing.
Transmitter battery
My call
low.
time tomorrow for my shoot isn't until noon, so that's pretty nice. Sometimes you have to be there at like 5 in the morning. I'd have to leave my house like 3
Transmitter
o'clock.
battery low.
But I don't have to do that tomorrow. It's a real easy day. Oh, stupid thing. I love how it says crash is 0 because I haven't done the actual race.
Transmitter battery low.
Oh.
Transmitter battery low.
Could I make this one? Alright.
Transmitter battery low.
Oh my gosh, guys, I'm feeling like a lot better. But like I said, if I say something good about how I feel, see that?
Transmitter battery low.
Looked like I had that gap. And now I didn't. Alright.
Transmitter battery low.
Oh. Look at that.
Transmitter battery low.
You need more batteries. Good to see you. Yeah, thank you very much. I do. I actually have a bunch of these batteries kicking around, but they're just in stuff. So they'll, like the last few times I've put them in there, it's kind of like a perfect amount of time usually where it'll kind of die. It's just about the right amount of time. So I'm not on here all day flying around,
Transmitter
which I
battery
wouldn't
low.
mind. It's pretty fun doing this. But typically I don't have more. Also, I have somewhere I have a charger for these batteries, just like a standalone charger for those 3.7 volts. But I don't know where that's at. I haven't seen it in a while.
Transmitter battery
I've got multiple headlights that use these batteries, so I've got actually flashlights and headlights that use these same batteries. But look, when I plugged the thing into the charger, it just didn't charge. I literally put on the charger the other day when I was done, and then just took off the charger just now, and they're all, like a few minutes ago, however long I've been on here. How long has this stream has been? What? A few minutes or something. So, whoa, look at this. All right, let's check out this building here.
Transmitter battery low.
All right, let's shoot these little gaps here.
Transmitter battery low.
I feel like I'm starting to actually be able to have fun with this without stressing out quite as bad. Again, jinxing myself because I say something positive and then
Transmitter battery low.
immediately will crash. That's pretty. Oh my god.
Transmitter battery low.
Ah! Oh dang it, hit the roof. Let's see how long it takes for this thing just to give up.
Transmitter battery low.
Oh, dang it. Dang it.
Transmitter battery low.
Shh, I know, controller. I know.
Transmitter battery low.
Whoa, you made that. That's crazy. Alright, let's try again.
Transmitter battery low.
Transmitter battery low. Oh, too fast. You're doing great. Thank you very much, man. It's I feel like taking a day off between each practice session has been really good. It's something like my brain absorbs it, and then when I get in here, it feels more natural, even though I'll crash if I talk about it. If I don't talk about it, it'll be okay. If I talk about other stuff, doing all right. But yeah, it's like I'll see stuff, and now my hands just kind of go the way they're supposed to. And then, you know, I don't quite have like the tight stuff down yet, but it's dang it. But my confidence level's going up, and I'm getting like better at kind of shooting through some of these little gaps and things. I did slow the drone down, so the camera is definitely a lower angle, so it gives me a little more time to not mess up quite as bad. Oh my god, I hit some walls, but I made it. Boy, that transmitter battery low thing is annoying. Can I make it? Oh my god, that was bumpy. Oh, dang it. Alright, here we go. Let's try this little thing again. Well, my angles are getting crazy. See, I can't take a compliment because then I get too, I'm like, I'm doing awesome now. Did I shoot that window? Oh, I did. I made it, kind of bumpy, but I got through.
Transmitter battery low.
Wow. All right. So, oh my gosh. Yes, I gotta be outside tomorrow. Gotta grab my bike. Gotta get all my stuff together. And they just asked me if I have
Transmitter battery low.
I crash all the time in the sim, but I crash less in real life. Let's hope I crash less in real life when I get this thing. I feel like I'm starting to get a feel for it. And I don't know if you're on here before, but I was talking about flying my DJI drone today and how different it feels, you know, from doing after being on the simulator for a little bit. The DJI drone just feels so weird. And I'm looking at it, you know, I'm flying it FPV style, but, you know, looking through the screen, and it just doesn't quite go where this one would go, which is like the reverse of when I started this. I was so used to flying that drone that when I got in here, I was, you know, trying to like relearn things. And so with FPV, I'm sure you know this, but but like the way the throttle control is as far as just like going forward and backward and so forth is just so different because you control the throttle so much more. You can control the throttle. Am I saying this right? What am I trying to say? It's not quite what I mean, but yeah. But like on the, like DJI drone, if you just lean forward, it gives it throttle at the same time so that you'll go forward. Whereas on one of these guys, you just do like a front flip. Like if I just push forward, I just do this and fall out of the sky. Unless I save it. Oh. Cool thing is when you get your quad, you will be able to fly at ACO. So I hope so. I just want to like have it on full. You probably heard me say this the other day, but I wish I just went right into, full like the full control mode here, without doing any of the safety rails, the guardrail kind of things, because I just had to relearn all that stuff. And I'm just now getting comfortable. I feel like I would be, I don't know, like 4 hours ahead of where I'm at right now if I had done that. Which is okay. It's not like it's not much. Shh, transmitter, please. I'm trying to talk. Oh my God.
Transmitter battery low.
Yeah, anyway, it's like it would have been nice to just not wasted all that time, because I don't have tons of time to fly around in this thing, and I'm trying to. I would do this like a few hours a day if I could, but I just don't have time. So I'm trying to force myself. But actually, doing the live stream helps me kind of have some accountability for getting it, getting this flight on every other day. And again, I'm not opposed to flying more than this, but I got to get a lot of their stuff done too. So I'm trying to make sure I, don't suck up all my time in the simulator. It's funny too, because I feel like this is, like I said, I want to get my Part 107, and I'm going to start doing some more like actual drone work. I've done some stuff in the past with my other drones, but like I want to be legit when I do it, and to be able to offer FPV stuff as a service would be really awesome. Yeah, I flew DJI before I had a spark until it went for a swim. Oh no! Did you lose it like in a lake or an ocean or what? Did you get it back, or did it like disappear into the water?
Transmitter battery low.
I have my Phantom. The first time I flew, like I had it for maybe like 2 weeks, and then we took a trip to Hawaii, and I brought it, and I flew it way out over the ocean, and it like went out of range, and I was like, oh no. And it's got the auto return, the auto home feature, and it works, but I definitely had a scare because I just bought the drone. It cost me, I don't know, at the time it was probably like $1,500, and I thought I just lost it in the Pacific Ocean, and I was real not thrilled for a few minutes, and then it just all of a sudden my signal came back and I was good to go. Half an hour to an hour is good. Yeah, it is. It's like I feel like any much longer I start to like space out or something.
Transmitter battery low.
When I first get on, I kind of pay more attention to what's going on, and I'm making better choices and really looking around. Once I'm flying for a bit, I just start flying sloppy and trying to do crazy stuff and crashing a bunch more.
Transmitter battery low.
Yeah, this is super fun.
Transmitter battery low.
And I'm very excited to get a setup going, and I probably will just do like Facebook Marketplace for some goggles, get some used goggles, get a little guy, a little whoop drone, just to go zip around my house and stuff until I can fork over for a new one. Like I said, if you were here earlier, I got multiple trips coming up, and then my brother's coming to visit, and it's just like, and the thing is, I work for myself, so if I'm doing all these other things, then I'm not making, I don't have like vacation pay, so I gotta be like good with my funds.
Transmitter battery low.
Yeah, boy, it tells me when the battery's low for a long time. Oh, right into the pole. Ocean, gone for good. Oh my god.
Transmitter battery
Fluid
low.
wind too strong. Oh man. That's a bummer. Were you taking video when it happened? Were you able to like at least get some video saved to your phone or something? I've seen these videos where these dudes will fly them into like volcanoes and stuff, and then the drone is gone, but they get,
Transmitter battery low.
but they're able to like get the footage at least off the goggles. And I know like I have my DJI drone set up so that when I fly, it records to the SD card, but also like I record the transmissions to my phone too. And I always did that just in case if I crashed or thing went down, I could kind of see where I was at, in the last spot, which is, it's never happened, fortunately. And again, the home feature on those drones is really nice.
Transmitter battery low.
Oh my god. Yeah, this is fun. I feel like stuff's making some more sense to me here, which is good.
Transmitter battery low.
I mean, like, I feel like every day I do this, it's just such a crazy difference in how it feels. It's so awesome. And I always wonder that because I see in these videos of like, I'm going to learn to fly a drone in 8 hours, and I'll just do simulator all day and then go fly the drone, and they do all right. But I feel like this, like letting it absorb a little bit each day seems to be serving me better.
Transmitter battery low.
Oh, come on, back over here.
Transmitter battery low.
Boy, it's just gonna keep telling me this forever. I wonder if I can get through this whole warehouse. Let's look at this thing.
Transmitter battery low.
Well, this is gonna be a tricky one. Oh my god. Nope. It's too dark. I've got to slide in there and hit stuff. Sometimes I would fly a little in the morning and then a little in the evening. See, I would love to do that. Just depends on, the amount of time I have during the day is limited. So I would do it more than I'm doing it now if I could. But it just can't quite at the moment.
Transmitter battery low.
Like even right now, like when I was sitting down to do this, I was in the middle of another thing. I was like, gosh, I got to do my drone thing, which again, the live stream kind of makes me feel more accountable for keeping it up. Like if I'm just going to stream drone flying every 2 days, then I got to just do it.
Transmitter battery
So
low.
yeah, it's pretty freaking cool. There's there's a place in town here
Transmitter battery low.
called Sky Hunter. They got Sky Hunter Hobbies, and they got a lot of RC stuff. And I don't know if they do drones there. I know they got a lot of RC cars, and really a pretty good selection of RC cars here. And I like RC cars too, but if they got drone stuff, maybe they can help me out a little, or just I can see stuff in person. You're looking at stuff on internet, see so many reviews of everything, it's kind of hard to tell what's good. Oh, let's see here. This controller's making me nuts. Transmitter battery low. Can I make this gap? Oh my god, I made it through and hit a cactus.
Transmitter
All right,
battery
I'm gonna try to slow this down a little and see if I can do it. Can I do it? That is the thing. Nope. It may just hit immediately. My friend didn't know that 25-mile-an-hour wind was strong and the little drone had no experience flying. Oh, yeah. And the spark was so little. I remember those guys. And right now I've got a Phantom 4 and a Mini 2. The Mini 2 is small, but it actually handles wind reasonably well for the size. I mean, it's not as good. The Phantom is much better with wind, but I was surprised with the Mini 2 that it handled the wind as well as it did. I figured it would really struggle. But 25 mile an hour, I probably wouldn't even take off in that. And that was another thing, is when I got the Phantom 4, and I was on that Hawaii trip, there was a couple spots that were beautiful, and I just didn't have the nerve to fly my expensive brand new drone as far as I could have, which really, now that I've flown more, it's not even, they weren't even that bad. Like the areas weren't that far, but at the time I didn't trust myself, or I didn't know, I didn't want to lose this thing in a spot where I couldn't get it back. So now if I went back, I would probably fly it through some more areas. Oh my God, I just totally saw that. When I was going in, there was like a window on the next building that I thought was part of the wall that I was aiming at. And when I got up close to it, it was like, there's no window there. Let's see if I can see that again. So I came over, which way is it, this way? No, it's the other side. I came over. Oh my God, I skipped off the top.
Transmitter battery low.
I live on Maui. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful over there.
Transmitter battery low.
Yeah, Maui, that's what you were saying the other day. I love Maui. I had mine when I went to Kauai, and there's just so many good spots. And then I flew it, the time when I took out way out over the ocean, that was in, like, right in Oahu. And, like, we were getting ready. He'd come back from Kauai. We were eating Oahu for a day before we flew back to California. And, man, this controller is annoying. And I flew all around out there, and I was like, okay, I'm going to just try this. And
transmitter battery low.
It was funny that I think the thing that I noticed too is I at that point was doing a lot of my flying was like, I don't know, 75% line of sight, and then I would like look at my screen to try, like when I'd get close to where I wanted to line something up, then I would start kind of flying, more FPV style, like looking at my screen. But when I would fly out over the ocean, I get so nervous watching my drone just go further and further away that if I just looked at the screen, it became more. Oh, I just did it again. It became more of like a game in my head, and it made it a little easier to go fly over. Fly my drone in a place where, if I lost it, it would be bad. But mentally, it was easier for me to cope with that when I was just looking at it through a screen instead of watching the thing in real life fly away from me. Oh my God, I made it through barely. That turn was not planned. Okay, that's the spot. It's that doorway right there. Shows up when I turn this way. See how that door behind the next building kind of lines up at the top of that building right there? It almost looks like a little window at the top of that building, but it's not. Oh my God, what am I looking at here? Why am I flying like this?
Transmitter battery
there we go. All right, let me see if I can shoot that tunnel again. Have you lived on Maui your whole life, or is that, or did you move there at some point? My aunt lives on Maui, actually. She lives over on, what's the name of the town she lives in? It's not near, it was like on the other side of, wasn't by the fires, but it was probably like 12 miles away from where the fires were. Were you around like all the fire stuff when that happened?
Transmitter battery low.
Oh my God. Oh my God. And it's crazy, like
Transmitter battery low.
all the fires here in California right now are freaking bananas. And they're not out yet. It's pretty crazy. I feel like they've got it contained. Moved here 30 years ago. Wow. Where are you from originally?
Transmitter battery.
Hang on, let me see where my aunt lives. Let's go to my one of 9 million.
Transmitter battery low.
Got EV99 here working on this. All the tabs open. Let's look at this. Map. Let's go to Google Maps.
Transmitter battery low.
I don't want to turn this off because that'd be crazy. It's funny, my map's going really slow. I think because of because the game is playing in the background or something. They're really slowing it down.
Transmitter battery low.
Da-da-da-da. So, let's see.
Transmitter battery low.
Am I in the right? Is this Maui here? Is it right? Where is the
Transmitter battery
fire?
low.
So the fire was like here, right? Is that right?
Transmitter battery low.
So I'm trying to think where my aunt
Transmitter battery
lives.
low.
I think she lives like over this way somewhere. Let me see something. I measured it.
Transmitter
Low
battery low.
point. Yeah, I think this is where she lives. Because I remember I measured and I was like 12 miles away where her house was.
Transmitter battery low.
Half Moon Bay. Wow, that's cool. That's a pretty area too, man. Half Moon Bay is not bad. What made you decide to move to Maui?
Transmitter battery low. Transmitter
And
battery low.
is it harder to get stuff there? It seems like, I mean, with the internet and everything now, is it just as easy as just ordering it
Transmitter
like
battery
anything
low.
else, or is there shops there that do stuff, or is it just all online?
Transmitter battery low.
Boy, that thing is obnoxious. Let me see if there's a way to turn this down. Do I have glasses? I'm too close to my. Live near the airport.
Transmitter battery low.
Let's see here. Do I have any options to turn this stupid thing down? I'm gonna break something.
Transmitter battery low. Trim center. Trim center. Trim center. Trim center.
That doesn't do it. Oh, look at this. It's got these
Transmitter battery low.
it's got these games built in. I don't know what I just did here. Uh-oh.
Transmitter battery low.
Backup, radio. Sounds. Look at this. Can I turn this down?
Transmitter battery
Oh,
low.
I went to the wrong damn thing. Hold on. Oh, look at this volume. Can I go? How do I get down there?
Transmitter battery low.
I can see the volume thing, but I can't know how to maneuver the controller down to it.
Transmitter battery low.
Sorry, guys. This is obnoxious, but I am learning something here. I see there is a volume setting.
Transmitter battery low.
But it's like trying to set up the date. Radio setup. Volume. Okay. You can hear me going through the things.
Transmitter
But
battery low.
I'm hitting these.
Trim
It's
center.
it's messing with the trim. I don't want to do this. Alright, let's.
Transmitter battery low.
Wow. Okay.
Transmitter battery low.
Guess you have to like flip through all these stupid things. Oh wow. Let's see. Boy, this is tricky. I live in the airport. To windsurf and surf, I make surfboards and windsurf. Oh my gosh, that is cool. I made a surfboard one time out of an old surfboard. I reshaped it, did the whole nine. This was when I was in high school. I surfed since I was 12. I love surfing. Where do you usually go surfing at up there? Down there, I should say.
Transmitter battery low.
Ugh, this is annoying. So, for the record, anybody watching this and watching me struggle here, I can see the setups.
Transmitter battery low.
There it goes. Audio setup. Look at this. Oh my god. Radio setup.
Transmitter battery low.
Volume. Oh my god. Please go back.
Transmitter battery low.
Boy, this is annoying. I just wish it was really quiet. There's volume. Okay. Background volume.
Transmitter battery
It's
low.
like in radio setup mode. And then. Okay.
Transmitter battery low.
No. I don't know what the heck's going on. I can literally see the volume
Transmitter
thing
battery low.
on the actual controller, but it's not letting me select it. Or it probably would let me select it. I'm just probably doing something wrong.
Transmitter battery low.
Come on. There's all these like ways to move around the menus, but I just cannot figure this stuff out. Back up.
Transmitter
Sounds.
battery low.
No. Go back.
Transmitter battery low.
Ah, volume.
Transmitter battery low.
Oh my god, that's so much better. Okay, we're gonna leave it on so I can hear it a little bit. I'm gonna turn way down. All right, let's go fly this now much quieter, very almost dead RC controller. That's a lot better. It's still there, not as bad as before. North Shore, we'll keep big laughs. That's cool.
Transmitter battery low.
What made you decide on Maui versus the other islands? Was there something there that was grabbed your attention more than the other spots? I've only been to Oahu and Kauai, so those are my only points of reference so far.
Transmitter battery
Maui looks awesome too. I remember we did the first time we went. I was looking at the videos. We went to the one of the helicopter places to just get a helicopter tour, and they have like what is it, blue sky helicopters or something like that, and they had a bunch of videos from their other counterpart helicopter tours on the different islands. So I looked at a lot of this aerial stuff from Maui and Kauai and the Big Island, and they all look awesome. I think that so far the one that I've seen, I really like the Kauai kind of like the look of the island a lot.
Transmitter battery.
But again, I only got that, and Freight Train is my favorite. North Shore. Okay, I gotta go look at videos of that place. I've heard of the name of that break before, but I couldn't recall off the top of my head what it looks like. I'm sure I've seen some video or some photos from there.
Transmitter battery low.
Now I grew up surfing I grew up in Florida, so
Transmitter battery
I grew up surfing waves that were much less powerful than the waves here in California. And so I got here, it was just so easy. I couldn't believe it because, chest high wave here is just so much more powerful than a chest high wave in Florida in a good way, where it's just very easy to ride. Whereas in Florida, you kind of got to work for it. You need some momentum. You got to like pump and you got to make your speed up on your own. And here it's just like the wave will just carry you along. It's really cool. I surfed a little bit on Oahu, but just in Waikiki. I actually was not there that time. That the first time I went, wasn't there in the good season, so I didn't get to surf much. And I was surfing a shortboard where all the longboarders were at, so I was like barely catching a goddamn thing because all the longboarders would get, there's so many longboarders out and they had just the pick of the waves, and I would get really lucky if somehow they either missed one, or sometimes like someone would like kind of screw up on a takeoff, and then I would have to be like so much further inside to catch them. But it was fun. I had a really fun day surfing that day. I surfed till it got dark. That was not fun. I hate surfing in the dark, but I surfed till it got dark, and then I paddled in, and my terror level was about an 11. Maui's fastest wave in the world. It is one of the best spots to wave tail. That's really cool. It's a fast peeling right, the tubes. Wow, that's awesome. I mean, I know that all the islands apparently get some good surf depending on where you're at. Just like out there, you got these powerful, it's Pacific just all around you. And grew up in Florida, there was the Atlantic Ocean, but if you were south of like Lake Worth in Palm Beach County, the typical direction that the surf would come from would get blocked by the Bahamas. So the Bahamas would kind of like cut the swell, and if you were Lake Worth and north, it would be, you could get some pretty fun waves. And every once in a while, you'd get waves further south, but it'd have to be very, very particular angles for the swell, and very fun. Again, very rarely got bigger than, head high at the most, and every once in a while you get some freaky hurricane swell, but it's pretty rare. I've surfed a few of those days, and for Florida it was enormous, but for Hawaii it's probably like, standard. But it was quite fun, and obviously when you're surfing smaller waves all the time, you don't really have the gear for when it gets really big, so you're kind of like making do with a lot smaller board than you probably should use. Let's see if I can get through that little doorway. Oh my god, I somehow didn't crash just now. That's amazing. Is there like a decent FPV scene in Hawaii, or are you just like a lone shark out there doing your thing with your drones? Oh my god, I missed it. There's some great secret spots. I used to surf night on full moons. Yeah, I did that in Florida too. It was crazy because, like, especially in the summertime, in South Florida, summer pretty much flat most of the summer, and every once in a while there'd be like a swell would come in, or like it'd be a hurricane out way out in the Atlantic, and then you'd get some good swell. And I've surfed nights a few times in the full moons. But that time of year, the sea turtles are coming up to lay their eggs on the beach. But you guys have sea turtles there. Like both times I've been to Hawaii, I saw sea turtles. But in Florida, they kind of show up in the summertime, and I had the living bejesus scared out of me a couple times by turtles, because they'll just be out there in the dark, and all of a sudden it's like this thing pops up next to you to take a breath. Jesus, man. And you could just barely see the shape of it because it's so dark out. The moonlight's just reflecting off the water. You see this thing pop its head up. When the very first time I surfed in California, I kind of had a similar thing happen, where same deal. I was at Manhattan Beach and I was surfing right until it got dark, and sharks are kind of my scariest thing. And like a couple months, maybe like 6 months before we moved here, a guy got bit by a great white at Manhattan Beach, like right where I was at. And so I was like, already a little sketched out in my head about that. And and as I'm out there and surfing, this sea lion pops its head up, same thing as the turtles, just right next to me, scared me real bad. And I'm just like, oh my god, these are the things that, sharks like to eat these things, so I should probably, it's time to go. It's time to get out of the water. Oh my god. I don't know if I'm gonna get through these cars. These look like, this blue cars, I gotta look at them again. I haven't seen the type of car. They kind of remind me like those Subaru like WRX Imprezas that are blue, that they used for the rally car a few years ago, like a while ago now, early 2000s. Whenever they had Speed Channel, and they used to have the WRC World Rally Championship. They're freaking awesome. Love that. But when I was younger, I was like, oh man, it'd be fun to drive rally cars, because I had seen photos of them, but I never really like saw a video of them driving. And when I remember when WRC was on Speed Channel, and they would just watch the races and how absolutely insane those drivers are. Oh my god. I was like, okay, maybe that's not for me. That's just a bit much. If I could drive like half as fast as they could, it would probably be like borderline too much. It's like, we just don't care about our lives. It's fine. Oh, stupid tree. The controller's going a long time, considering the battery's been yelling at me. I wonder, it's like a safety feature for, if you're flying around, give you plenty of heads up. Oh, too much gas. used to be a few pilots, but they haven't been flying much anymore. Been flying solo. Where do you usually fly? Do you have like spots you like to go, like outdoor stuff, or do you typically do like race? You know, do like races, or how do you? You know, what's your jam? I mean, out here there's just tons of cool nature stuff. I mean, if you were in California, you know that up where you're at before you moved to Hawaii is beautiful area up there. And out here we've got like a lot of desert, really cool rock formations everywhere, so there's like a lot of neat stuff to fly around. So now it's like everywhere I drive, I kind of picture, you know, what I'm doing right now in the simulator. I'm like, oh my gosh, I could fly around those rocks. It'd be super awesome. Let's go over here and explore this town. I want to try to make it through this long building, but I don't know the layout good enough. Every time I go to fly in here, I crash into a wall right away. Let's go over the top. There's like a wall right there. As soon as you dip down, it's dark, and there's like a wall to cut you off. All right. Oh my god. Yeah, this is so fun, man. I'm like, now that I'm starting to get a feel for this, it's like really cool. Okay, I can see that little hole in the wall down there. Ah, dang it. See, I spoke too soon. I used to want to drive rally too, but yeah, way too crazy for me. FP local park nearby. Now that's awesome, man. I gotta check your channel. Do you post videos flying around and stuff? Oh, dang it. Oh my god, I made it. The transmitter battery, even though I turned that thing down, it's still pretty annoying. But it is less loud. That's good. Oh. I guess like if I'm doing these gates, I'm trying to go in between them like I'm sewing them or something, or go up like a ladder. I kind of really need to start my rotation as I'm passing through the gate if I want to turn around fast. Probably seems really obvious to everybody that's flying these things, but I'm not that smart. Alright, can I get through this thing? Oh, no, I didn't have that one. That is very fun. You have some great spots you need to drive around. Are you where you're at? Are you how close are you to like to mountains? Oh my god. Oh, I put a wall in there. See that? I tried to slip in through that side of that parking garage and slam into a wall. Oh my gosh, alright, that was... Oh, dang it. Very close. Once in a while for my little brother to see. He flies professionally in California. Wow, what part of California? Does he live up where you used to live, or is he closer to like where I'm at down here in LA? How's Valley for rain? I know like in Kauai it rained a ton, and then Oahu rained a decent, like pretty much a little bit every day. Oahu reminded me of South Florida where I grew up. As far as rain, it's kind of like the on and off kind of thing. That's how it was where I grew up. But then Kauai rained a lot. at least while I was there, and they were saying that the rainfall is really high, like a crazy amount of rainfall. Santa Rosa, okay. That's cool. What kind of flying does he do? Like, does he do like film stuff, or does he do, like other kind of jobs? I've been looking at just so many things that I think if I get my license, I think I could probably work at doing a lot of stuff. I don't necessarily want it to be like a full-time thing, but if I could go fly like a few times a week for work, that'd be pretty awesome. And then just do my normal stuff I like to do the other days. Maui's a little drier. It looks right. So, and then like the Big Island's even drier than Maui, right? Like, because I'm just looking at what they look like. Like Kauai is super, super green. Maui's pretty green. Oahu's pretty green. And then like the Big Island looks like dry. But I mean, I'm sure it must rain there a decent amount, but it just visibly looks drier. Oh shit. Yeah, it's like, I think I said this the other day. I probably repeated myself 20 times, but I think with like all this stuff going on here, they probably could use a lot of drone work for just insurance assessments or like real estate, or there's just a ton of stuff. There's so many places that I think could use that kind of that kind of work from time to time. So I mean, if I could pick up a handful of jobs a week, I'd probably be doing okay. And it's just like when the movie industry is doing okay, it's been pretty fun, but when it's slow, it is not as fun, because before it was like if I wasn't doing acting stuff, I could do prop building stuff and vice versa. But I feel like 2022, I actually was getting a lot more acting work, and it was great. And then 2023, they had the strikes. The year started out really strong, then it strikes, and like a whole year off of acting. But I got to build some stuff, which filled in the gaps a little bit. And that was nice. And then 2024 was just like slow. Wow, look at this! I haven't made it through this far. 2024 was pretty slow all around, just because. 2024 is pretty slow all around, just because I don't know. Like I feel like everybody was hesitant. They thought that the IATSE might go on strike, so there's all these union stuff. So by the end of last year, maybe like September, I kind of picked up a bit. And then this year's been like, I've had a few things, but it's been kind of same thing where it's slow. So I'm just like, I got to figure out some other shit to do when it's going through a slow spell. And flying some drone stuff, I think would be pretty dang fun. And again, I think that having the FPV, oh look at this, there's another, I didn't even see it. How did I miss this little minecart thing? I haven't seen this yet. Can I make it through here? Yeah, having like the FPV skills on top of just like flying a standard. Wow, look at this. Can I make it? Oh my god, all right. Having some FPV skills, I think, would be a good selling point for a lot of stuff, because I don't see a lot of the typical drone pilots out here doing any FPV at all. So, yeah, I'd like to be able to incorporate that. And I don't know if I probably said this the other day too. I feel like when I just chatter on here, I probably repeat myself a ton, and I apologize if you've heard all these things before. But I did architectural renderings for a long time, and we would have to do fly-throughs of, office spaces and like residential buildings and all these places, digitally. And I feel like all the stuff I learned by doing those and just getting the client critiques on what they want to see and the things that they like to look at would be really, really good to good skill set to apply to the FPV stuff. So if I fly interior, get interior views of places, I feel like the way the camera flies in those CG renders we would do is very similar, and I feel like I could sell them on that aspect. Like, I don't know, just do some fly-throughs. I'm trying to get some on videotape. I'm sorry, I'm stammering here a bunch. I'm trying to fly through these stupid things. He filmed the. Oh, that's right. You told me that. He films at the raceway, chases cars, does drift events. Channel is Agro Aaron. Here, I'm gonna take a picture of this. It's funny because like I have you on my other computer. I'll look his stuff up too. And that's really cool. And that's one of the things I thought about here too, because I live close to Willow Springs Raceway. It's very close to me. And oh, did you guys hear that? A big truck just drove by. I thought I was having an earthquake. I live real close to Willow Springs Raceway, and I was like, man, if I could go fly some of those events there. They were having a drift event just like, I don't know, like last weekend. And I was like, that would be very fun to fly around. And I don't know how the track is about having drones fly there, but I feel like if I could prove myself that I was decent enough, they might let me, you know, get some video for some of these drivers. And that would be cool. I did a fly through at a house not too long ago. Yeah, man, see that those fly throughs are awesome, and I've watched some of these FPV pilots do them, and I'm like, that looks. They're very, very good. The ones that I've watched, I can't remember their names off the top of my head, but they're really, really good. And I was like, that looks so much like stuff that we would do digitally, like stylistically, the way they would, what their coverage was, and how they would look in the rooms, and you know, go into a conference room and then like fly down the conference room table and then leave that room and then go check out a couple different offices, and then you see the break room, and then, you know, it was just very similar to what I was doing at my architecture jobs. I feel like I got the eye for that aspect already. It's just more just getting the flight skills down, which I feel like if I can keep this up, by the time I can get a drone, I should be, you know, I think probably close to good enough to start doing that. Especially if I slow it down and if I put the camera, like learn how this camera tilt affects the speed so much, and just do an almost flat camera and just fly real slow. Could be pretty freaking sweet, I think. And I prefer like the FPV look over the like fully gimbaled out drone look. I just think it looks more dynamic and it's just more fun to watch. So yeah, if I could fly that would be really cool. And again, I don't see tons of the drone pilots, I don't see tons of them doing that. So he charges $9 per person at drift events. Really? See, that is like perfect. He must post on Instagram. You did a fly through house. He charged $90 per person at a drift event. That is like perfect. I mean, that would be great. You go out there, follow some people around, and they're driving for a few minutes at a time. And I saw my wife that the other day. I think that it'd be such a good market, because if I had all this money invested in a car and I built it up my drones or my drifting skills, and then somebody wanted to come film me with their drone doing all this cool stuff, I would love to have that video. And I think about the like the bike races and running races that I've done where they have photographers there, and the photographers would, some races will cover the photo charge, which is pretty cool, but it used to be more like they would put the sample photos online. You could download like some low res one, but for free. But if you wanted to print it, you could, get the you could pay for, a copy or two, or buy the whole batch for like a better rate. I was like, man, if I followed some drifters around and I just offered up my goggle video with all its glitches and stuff, like, you can have this, but if you want the good copy, pay me and I'll give it to you. But you can have this one for free if you want it. I feel like that would be totally fine. Oh, dang it. You need insurance to fly the track usually. That's fine. I also, I currently have an LLC right now that's for my prop building, but I was looking at doing a sub business under the same LLC, so I could do the insurance through a company, which I think would be probably good, and then keep me from getting my ass sued into oblivion if I mess something up. You know what I mean? Ah, dang it. But But yeah, and that'd be fine. I guess I could talk to people to track before I ever go out there, just to figure out like, hey, if you want to do this, like what would I need to do and who do I need to talk to. But I know that they fly drones out there for stuff because like a lot of YouTubers shoot their car stuff at that track, and I see lots of stuff where they're doing drone work there. I mean, that's like even another market right there. It's just contacting these YouTube channels where these guys have cars and, you know, get in with them. So if they have like, you know, if they've rented the track for like a private thing, it's probably easier than, you know, trying to just show up there on a random open race day or something and saying, let me fly my drone around all your expensive cars. That's how my brother got in. He would drive on the track day and got it. Everyone know and asked about flying his drone. They told him what he needed to do. See, that's perfect, and it seems so fun. And I'm so close to this track that it's like crazy for me to not go up there. I could drive up there in like 20 minutes. I could just be there, and it's a very easy drive. I can almost see it from my house. Like I can see right next to the mountain, like right next to it. I can see it from my house. Like if there wasn't a tree in the way, I could probably see the track from here. It's far, but it's like, you know, you could see way out. Like all the way up in that area, there's all these like these giant wind turbines out there, like hundreds of them, and the wind turbines are further out than the racetrack, and those are visible from my house easy. I can see all of them. And they're like probably 30 miles away. I think the racetrack's maybe like 16 miles from my house. But yeah, it'd be such a cool spot to fly. Plus, I love being around car. I love all the car stuff too. So it would be like a, you know, a bonus. Just like, oh, I get to hang around all this, watch all these people, these great drivers do cool stuff in their cars. That would be fun for me. So there's nothing wrong with like getting some, because I would go out to the track, you know, just for fun anyway, just to watch. My brother used to drive on Laguna Seca. Oh man, that's crazy. That track looks amazing. What's kind of a sad story about that is my friend Jamie Bowman raced motorcycles. He died there at Laguna Seca, like on a practice day. He raced for Vance Hines and Yamaha. It was like the motorcycles. And on the warm-up day, the day before the race, he just had a crash, and that was it. Yeah, that was a while ago. I remember, like, that was one of those ones I didn't find out about it right away. I found out, like, I don't know, like a year and a half after it happened. I was like, went to like write him online, and he just like all this memorials. I was like, oh my god, what the hell just happened? Run tragedy. Does anyone ever recognize you from the Aussie video out in public? Not from the Aussie video. From some other things, sometimes people will spot me, and it's weird because it doesn't happen often. It's pretty rare. But my friend Victor Franco, he's been witness to almost every single time it has happened, and he just thinks that my life is like that. He's like everywhere you go, somebody spots you, but it like doesn't happen ever, except if he's around, which is hilarious. But I think some people will find me from like Instagram, places like that, where I post a lot of videos where they see me without my crazy makeups on. That's where I think people will spot me from that, and then sometimes they'll know that I did the Aussie video from those things, but from the video itself I look so different in that stuff. I was talking to somebody about that the other day, where I've been on set as like, you know, a monster or some kind of something different, a creature, or, you know, in a crazy costume. I'll talk to somebody all day long, and I'll see him again on somewhere else, and then go talk to him like, hey man, how you doing? And they just look at me like they just don't know, they don't recognize me. And it makes sense, but you know, in my brain, I'm just talking to them. I forget that I look like a weirdo. Oops, I just crashed it. Which Aussie video? The Aussie video that I was in is called Patient Number 9, and it's It's from I think it's the newest album. So I don't think he's got another album since then. I think the actual album is Patient Number 9, but the music video Patient Number 9. I play like his demon alter ego in that video, and it was freaking wild, man. I've been a fan of Ozzy since I was a kid, so it was really, really a crazy experience to get to work with him. I did. I got to do another shoot with him that was basically the same character that I was for the music video. They did there's this place called Omaze that does like they auction off. They don't auction. They do kind of like almost like a lottery where you can win cars and stuff, but it's for charity. So it's like a charity. You know, you can win this prize, and they always give away cool cars. But you know, people donate like $5, and then you get a chance to win a car. And they had the Dodge Demon, and they had Ozzy Osbourne was kind of like the spokesperson for that, and they wanted my demon character for that. And that was actually more fun to shoot than the music video because I got to actually have dialogue with Ozzy. In the music video, where like I got to be in a scene with him a couple times, but they shot most of his stuff before I was done with makeup. So by the time I got makeup, we only shot together for like real quick, like a few takes, and then we did some photos, and then he left, and then they shot me for the rest of the day, and then you know, in the video they spliced it all together. It looks cool, but I was only around Ozzy for maybe like 20 minutes that day, maybe a little more, maybe half an hour in total, if that. And but when I shot the other thing, I was on set with him for like a while, like a couple hours. You know, they did all the angles, and he would give me the lines, and I had to respond to him. It was very fun. And I think I've got something. I think I've got a video about it on my YouTube channel. I made a video. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it's posted. But sometimes I'll make stuff, and then I don't know, I forget to post it, or I won't feel like it's done or something, or get a copyright flag for some reason. And some video I posted about one of those things got flagged. I don't think it was an Ozzy video. Something got flagged for copyright stuff. I had to take it down. And I think the Ozzy video is up there. I do think there's an Ozzy video up there where I talk about the whole day. But that was very, very fun. Randy Rhoads is his best guitar player. I agree. Randy Rhoads was amazing. And like everybody he got to play on that album, the last one that I was on, all the guitarists that were on that album were very good. But Randy Rhoads was so special. He just had his own thing. He's super, super good. On the last one, he got like Eric Clapton plays on one of the tracks. It's like a weird lineup because all the people he got to play were, he might have got, who else did he get? He's got like a bunch. He got Eric Clapton, Zakk Wylde. I can't remember who else. He got some famous. Oh, Jeff Beck. And what's crazy is all these guitarists have very much their own style, but they played on this Ozzy album, and they really sounded like they were playing an Ozzy album, but they still kept their own style, and it was very cool to hear them do something that was, you know, kind of a different take than what you're used to hearing those guitarists play. Like Zakk Wylde's played with Ozzy for a long time, but at this spillway playing Ozzy, crazy. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I freaking grew up. Man, Ozzy's one of my favorites since I was like 14. So yeah, getting to work with him was weird. And the first time I worked with him was at the music video, and between the music video and the Omaze thing, which is like they were probably, I don't know, a few, like 6 months apart maybe, or 8 months apart from the time we shot one to the other. And the between those, he had a neck surgery because he had some kind of pinched nerve in his neck or something. It was causing him a lot of trouble. And when he came to film the music video, he was not doing really great. And I was like, oh my God, he just seemed like in a lot of pain. And he was just really, really struggling. Like when he would film, you would never know. He could just click on like the Ozzy, the Ozzy energy, and it was great. But between takes, he just looked really, really like like in pain. But he's so professional, you would just never know in the video at all. But then when I worked with him again a few months later, he was doing much better. He had that surgery, and he must have helped him a lot, because he just seemed like much better than the first time. But that first time, between takes, I wanted to take photos with us. So we shot a couple scenes where I was on set with him as a monster, and then he was going to leave, so they wanted to do some like promo kind of photos for the thing, and we took photos together. And when they brought him out to where I was at, and they brought him over to me, and he had this like cane and stuff, and he like handed his cane to whoever was standing there, like handed his cane, and then he just like grabs onto me and is like using me for support, and it was so crazy. I was like, oh my god, Ozzy Osbourne's just hanging on my arm right now. This is the wildest thing. And his hands were very soft. That was the funniest part about it. I was like, he's got soft hands. I can't believe my controller is still going and it hasn't given out yet. I got to check and see if there's a way I can set what voltage the warning starts speaking to me. I bet I could change that. All right, let's go over this thing. Yeah, as far as getting spotted places, not often. It's usually, like I said, I'm in some weird something. I look like a weirdo most of the time when I'm doing, a character or something. I'm not very recognizable most of the time. Oh. I think, some people find me online, sometimes like TikTok or Instagram or something, and that's the only way. It's kind of crazy, the whole TikTok thing, right? So it went on the other day and it was not working. I don't use it too often anymore, but went on, I don't know, a few days ago, whenever they did on Saturday or Sunday morning at like midnight, and it was like, all my friends are logging on, like, can't use TikTok. And oh my god, I just made that turn. Oh my god, don't crash. I can't believe I made it in here. Don't crash it out. Damn it. What was I saying? I was just spaced out here. Sorry about that. The TikTok was gone, and I was like, oh man, that's a bummer. And I kind of, my TikTok channel is pretty big, but I haven't used it very much in a while because their algorithm was too good. And I would just be like addicted to this. They'd send me the funniest videos all the time. The algorithm just knew me just perfectly. And I would end up just wasting so much time on there. So my last phone got broken. And then when I got my new phone, TikTok would not let me log in for like 2 months. It would just say, even though I was doing 2-factor authentication, all that, it would just be like, you got to log in from a familiar device. And I was like, well, that familiar device is broken, so I'm not gonna be able to do that. So I didn't log in for like 2 months, and I kind of like forced me to not be on there, and it was really good for me. Like I realized like, oh, this is a giant time suck. And so after that, I didn't go on very much, and since then I've posted I've posted a handful of things, but I'll check in like once, I don't know, a month or something. But there was like a whole year where I didn't go on at all. I just didn't even log in, and that was kind of nice. But yeah, what's nuts too is they changed so much stuff on there between that time when I didn't go on for a year. They added like longer videos and all this crap that I was like, oh my gosh, what's going on here? Those videos are 5 minutes long now. Like I didn't, I had been on there before. I think you could share up to a minute or something, and now it's like 5 minute long videos. Just long videos just kept playing and playing. I'm like, what is happening? But yeah, so anyway, I got on the other day, it was gone, and then the next morning everybody's like, TikTok's back up. So like, all right, I guess that's good. I don't have to be sad about that. I was like, in my brain, I'm like, they'll figure something out. It's too valuable of a thing to not sort it out somehow. Oh my god. Um, but yeah, I post tons of goofy things on the TikTok, and some of them went very, very viral, and that was a weird thing too. I post them because I thought they're funny, but I didn't expect them to take off like that. And the whole reason I got on there is because a friend of mine, that's one of my makeup artist friends, had posted a video. Oh, damn it! Almost made it to that bus. He posted a video of me dressed looking like a goblin or something, or an orc or something, and I was eating some pizza, looking like a maniac with this crazy makeup on, and the video was dumb. It was just me taking a bite of pizza, and I dropped like a mushroom fell off or something, and I go, I lost a mushroom. That was it. That's the whole video. Okay, 15 million views. 15 million views. And at the time, it was not on TikTok. I wasn't on there. And I was like, oh my God, it's got 15 million views. And he was like, I would have tagged you, but you're not on TikTok. And I was like, oh man. So then that's when I started my account at that point. So, and he was like, had a pretty big audience already. And I was in a lot of his videos because he does makeup on me a bunch. So his name's Sydney Cumby, if you're having to wonder. But, oh geez. So yeah, that kind of like helped me get started, but it's weird. I wish it paid more for the amount of views it gets. That'd be awesome. But it's just like, hey, do you want like a fraction of a penny for every 1,000 views? That's what it feels like anyway. I guess now too, they're really, really turning TikTok into like a shopping thing. Like I was eligible for these like, TikTok brand deals and all this stuff. I actually was looking around there the other night to see there's a bunch of drones there, where a bunch like regular drones, like those Temu ones that are probably really cheap. But I checked to see if they had any FPV ones, but they didn't have any of the brands that would send a sample. Because I was like, oh, that'd be a good way to like get a drone in my hand quickly without any money, is doing some reviews of them. Or just, if it's good, I would share it. If it's not good, I don't want to like try to sell stuff I don't have a fun time using. But I went through all their, sales stuff, and like you can sort by if they provide a sample. And a lot of the drone ones did provide a sample, but none of the FPV drone kits would provide a sample. So I was like, all right, I'm sure they will at some point, but currently they don't. Oh my God. That was not what I meant to do, but that was kind of cool, but I didn't mean to do it. The transmitter battery's still screaming at me. Let me check my camera angle here. I don't know what angle I'm at. I feel like when I do those more vertical, ow, damn it, those more vertical kind of like straight up kind of things, see how I'm going backwards, and when I was a little bit steeper camera angle, I would literally be flying up instead of back. Alright, let me see if I can... Oh, stupid thing. I gotta try another track next time and see if this whole little town I'm in is part of it, because I feel like last time I was at this area, it didn't have that whole section, but it was on a different track. So I don't know. Oh man. There we go. I should probably call it here soon anyway. I've been on here for a while. Usually I like log off and the controller starts yelling at me, not thinking it would just keep going this long, but it's just going forever for some reason. Alright, let's check out the street. I do think I like the apocalypse, stupid thing, the apocalypse level of this game a little bit more, but this one's been pretty fun. I like all the abandoned buildings. I feel like this would be pretty good practice. Wow. Alright. Can I get hit those windows. Oh my god. Oh my god, I made it. Didn't crash. I definitely clipped that building though.
Transmitter battery low.
Go through this little piece of toast here. Yes, I'm getting way more comfortable doing that. Getting through these little sections.
Transmitter battery.
Which means I'm going to crash because I said it out loud. Alright.
Transmitter battery low.
This long abandoned building.
Transmitter battery low.
And up and over.
Transmitter battery.
Alright, I gotta get out of this thing. This is getting ridiculous now. I gotta go get some more work done. I'm glad my call time's not till late tomorrow. Still gotta get my bike all put together because it is. Make sure tires are good and stuff. I really don't know what they're gonna make me do. It's funny because usually, you know, if they want you with a bike, they're usually like, bring in your cycling gear and all. We need these like clip-in shoes, and we want all this like stuff to make sure you're like a real cyclist. And this time they're just like a bike and a cyclist with a helmet. So I don't know if they got wardrobe for me or what. I'm gonna bring some stuff just in case because they might expect it, but there's like no notes on that at all. And usually when there's no notes, it means they're gonna give you some clothes to wear, which is usually the case. Like 95% of the time when you go to set, they have wardrobe that you're gonna be in. But sometimes they're just like, show up with the stuff. So I don't know what my scene is gonna be like. If it's gonna be feature or not, or if it's just like background. Oh my god, I just made it through there? That was crazy. I do like that every once in a while you can see your little shadow of your drone on the ground. Oh, of course. And one more time. Boy, that noise, it's gotta be so annoying. I'm gonna turn it down even more next time. Guess I'm still in the volume, but can I turn this down some? Oh, I can. Oh, look at that. I don't know if I can hear it now. Did I turn it all the way down? It gives me like a little buzz when from the controller whenever the battery is freaking out on me. So I get the little I'm gonna turn it one notch so I can hear it a little bit. There we go. That's real quiet. I like to hear it just a little bit. It doesn't need to make me deaf. Oh. I feel like these settings should be accessible too through one of those programs. So I don't have to go in this like little goofy menu on the controller. This building is a cool building, but it doesn't have any. Oh, dang it. It doesn't have any open windows or anything. Alright, what time is it? It's getting ridiculous. It's 10 o'clock. Alright. I am going to, like I said 50 times, log off. I'm kind of having too much fun here. Oh, alright. Here we go. Alright, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go check out your brother's drone page here too. I'm very interested, and maybe if I'm over that way, I can meet up with them. They could show me some cool stuff. I would love to learn some more. Oh, dang it. All right, that's enough. That is enough. So, look at me with my goofy glasses on. Hey, guys. It's funny because like when I'm flying like this distance, I don't need them. It's like when I'm looking at stuff on my controller, it's really helpful. But the drone thing, I actually can see it better without them right now. But I put them on when I was looking at the controller and forgot to take them off. And now I'm like, oh yeah, it's even clearer. Let's see. I keep saying I'm gonna get off, but this is like having a fun time. I'm just waiting for the controller to die. Here comes Natalie. Here comes Natalie. Right down the stairs in her pajamas. Natalie's hanging out. She looks like she's ready for freaking hot chocolate and candy canes. Oh my gosh, you guys. If you popped in here and you've been here for any of my older videos, me doing this, I hope you can see the difference. I feel like this is starting to figure this out a little bit, which is kind of cool. Wow, 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 wow. Oh, except I crashed the stairs. Da 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 da. All right, here we go. For real, I'm logging off this time. Ready? I'm gonna get out of this stupid thing. I hear the stove coming on out there. Natalie's probably gonna make us some food. All right, party time. So, all right, that's it, guys. That's it. I'll be back in at least probably the day after tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow if I get home early enough, but we'll see. I might have. Might be crazy coming home tomorrow night. But thanks for stopping by. It's good talking to you.